what's this school food? You ain't got no chicken wings.
I'ma give them what they want. She gon' give me what I want. I'ma give them what they want.
Welcome back to the What They Want podcast. I'm your boy Snow. That's Danny Slab. We here with a special guest today. He go by the homie Blaze.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he got some stuff to talk about. So we're about to dive right into that. So, man, let's start real quick. Tell the people about yourself.
Man, so yeah, I'm the homie Blaze, man. I'm from Memphis, raised from Memphis, Tennessee. Born in Mississippi. I started doing music probably back, I started writing when I was about 14, right? Then I moved up to Kansas when I was about 16. You know what I'm saying? And then school, that's when I really started getting my flow of like writing and, you know, putting some stuff on wax, you know what I'm saying, with Lil Chris for real. You know what I'm saying? And
559, what's up?
And some guys,
check out his video.
And some guys from the high school, man, because it all started off from freestyling and stuff, and they was like, oh, okay, you know. And
Wait, what high school did you go to?
I went to Olathe South when I moved up here. 05.
You went to South, so you were with
South.
Chris and them. Okay.
I was, yeah.
Okay.
It was a complete culture shock too, man. Because you know,
welcome to Olathe.
yeah, for sure. But hey, man, I took it and ran with it for real. Hey. I mean, they treated me like a superstar for real. I ain't gonna hold you. Like it was a great time.
Yeah, you get that overnight success there,
man,
especially with them schools, bro.
Yeah, I stood out. I stood out.
Hey man, you walk up there talking about, hey, look, man, hey, say, man, like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man,
With that
say,
slang,
man.
You
huh?
start, hey man, the moment this dude walked in, he said, man, hey, what's going on, man? I said, this dude definitely ain't from here. He said, hey, definitely
exactly.
from here.
They were like, what he talking about? What he say?
Right. And then he said he from Mississippi just a moment. I said, oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Right, click. I get it now.
It was like a miniature big crit.
It was so good. It was so funny because I was up in class with my grill in and everything, man. It was, man, they was like, man, who is this dude? Like I was an alien.
Is he in the wrong area?
Man,
right.
I was an alien.
Let me get two
bro.
biscuits for you real quick.
Man, you hear me? What's this school food? You ain't got no chicken wings.
Yeah, you get,
Man, come
we got
on,
Popeyes.
man.
That ain't the same.
That
That
ain't
ain't
the
the
same.
same.
Hey,
What's
man,
happening?
come on, man.
Exactly. Say, man, Aquaman, all things. Anything with a main,
Man,
Right,
dang
man.
main.
hey, that's what it is for real. Like that's normal talk. That's
No,
a
you're
pronoun.
right.
That's a pronoun.
Yeah, watching Superman, man.
Hey, that's
Hey.
a pronoun, man.
Exactly, and that's what Terrence Howard tried to take, and that's why it's so weird.
Yeah,
He said, "Hey, say, man, hey, man."
Yeah, you know what? Hustler Flow was my favorite movie growing up. It was like my motivational movie that actually pushed me to rapping for real.
Really?
Yeah, I ain't even touched on that. But yeah, it pushed me to rap because they came out in 05 when I moved up here.
Okay.
June 05. And I went to the movie by myself because I ain't had friends for real yet. And so, you know, after I watched that, I'm like, man, that's what I want to do for real. Like I'm a for real push that. I'm a for real pushing it, and that's what got me to for real get it going. Cause I was just writing, you know what I mean? It wasn't really nothing. It was kind of on some poetry writing, but then I started like, man, I can, you know what I'm saying? Like how Wayne was doing, getting on beats. So I started, you know, rapping my stuff on other people's beats on instrumentals and stuff.
Talk on that, man. Cause
Man,
you
come
right,
on.
bro. Cause
Come on.
that's what I mean. Even with me, like before I was never a rapper. I'm just saying that right now.
For a few songs.
Yeah, for a few songs, but it's funny though. The reason, you know, like I was gonna touch on this. We're gonna touch on this later in the pod. But like my little brother,
For sure.
you know my little brother and whatnot.
sure.
But like what made me and him start rapping was this chick was dating this dude from Leavenworth who always he's this white scrawny little dude like myself. But he was like, I'm a blood, you know. And it's like, okay, well, the number one song that was out and at that time was "This Is Why I'm Hot" by Mims.
Yeah.
And so me and my little brother sitting there, this is why you're not. You claim to be a blood, but really you're a spot. like we were just like, nope, that didn't work. All right, what you said? We were just tossing rhymes back and forth, and that's what I'm saying. Like with yours, you know, you were like, you grew up in the era. We spoke off air and stuff like that. We both grew up in the era where you had to grab a hot ass beat that was out
For sure.
and freestyle all over it. And it ain't really always a freestyle, but you gotta label it that shit because
for sure.
you can't be like, hey man, I'm Waka Flocka, you know, let's do it.
Yeah.
Nah, I gotta make it that my song and maybe hopefully something that I spit or something like that people resonate with and they're like, bro, you heard Blaze, you know, you heard whoop whoop whoop. This dude killed this track.
Yeah. You right, man.
But kids these days don't even get to do that no more.
Nah, they don't. They don't know the come up how we knew to come up. You know what I mean? Like,
Speak on
you
that.
know, like,
Speak on that.
Okay,
that
for
shit
sure.
crazy.
So like I said, like it wasn't like you just beats was galore back then. Like you had, you know what I mean, you had people that was just the internet was still fairly new for real, a little bit.
Sure, you didn't have an iPhone.
Now. Yeah, that's what. they rapping over iPhones nowadays. You know what I'm saying? They doing their own little thing. They ain't even gotta go to a studio no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
When you found one in someone's basement, it was like a miracle.
Man,
like, geez, you
I'm-
got a soundproof room.
That's what I'm saying.
Drum set.
That's how it happened with me. So say like, you know, I don't know if my senior year, because I moved up my junior year. That's when I moved up. So I'm in the middle of high school. So it was complete culture shock. Like friends left behind in Memphis, trying to figure out new friend situation. And my partner, what's his name? G Real. I don't know if Lil Chris touched on
G-Real, yeah,
G-Real. That's actually my cousin. I found out that some years ago later. But G-Real was like, hey, I got this dude named Grim. He got a studio basement.
Goddamn
Grim.
Grim.
Man, right.
I know Grim.
You know who Grim is?
Yes.
He got this studio basement. Hey, we're gonna slide over there, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, lay down some stuff. I'm like, all right, cool. So first session, I think I got there. It was about 20 dudes up in there. They was like, hey, who got a verse for this? I was like, man, hey, I got verses for days, man. Like, so I get on whatever, and that's how I got started. And after that, I was like, hey, man, I'm trying to do a mixtape, bro. Like, I got a lot of stuff written, man. And so we was just finding beats from wherever online and stuff, and man, that's how I started going for real.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Yeah, because I remember Grim was. I think he went to North.
Yep.
Yeah, and like he was walking around with his tapes and everything, and I'm like, who is this dude?
Yep.
But then he was the originator, because then I ended up meeting Thomas, the Truth, Waldron.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then he was like, oh, I got a tape with this dude named Lil Chris. And then I saw Lil Chris, and I was like, okay. And then that was the MySpace days. You know what I'm saying? Where I was like, this dude Chris was everywhere on that thing, bro. So I was like,
he really was though.
I thought he was a celebrity. You know what I'm saying?
He really was though. He had the juice a little bit.
He did.
He knew this one girl that I met on MySpace actually because he from Fresno and she from Fresno. I'm like, how you know him? Like he was a little bit of everywhere, to be for real.
Bro, he mastered the networking shit before networking.
He was Soulja Boy in it for real. he was Soulja
really
Boy
was.
2.0.
He was, man. He had a new track like every 3 days. I said, God damn, who is this dude?
Grim, man, Grim. He was the spot. We would go over there. We would do our songs, man, and just started, you know what I'm saying, dishing them out at the high school, man.
Yeah, bro. That's why I always like respected him at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? He's a homie now, but like. Yeah. I'm like, dude, this dude was pushing out stuff. And then I told him, I'm like, yo, let's make a mixtape. He's like, all right, let's do it. And I was like, all right, we're not even going to write. We're just going to press play and just whatever comes to my head, let's do it.
That's what he used to do, too.
Oh, he still do it. He still do it. I
be telling him, hey, man, hey, I hop on something. Hey, let me know. I hop on something.
I think, because he keeps asking me. He's like, bro, I think I'm going to throw Blaze on this. And then your brother. And I'm like,
man,
you talking about two people that hardly... like I know who you were, but like I'm like you talking about some people that really don't be like out like that all the time, you know.
I really don't, but hey man, I hop on something, throw me an open verse, I get up on something.
You're right. I mean, this is my brother too. That's what I just told this dude the other day. I was like, bro, these records are dope, but I was like, I think you need to do a remix of this one with my brother, and he was like, your brother's not really consistent, and I was like, I mean, I get it.
He be snapping though.
But I was like, you put him on
when
there.
he wants to.
He be snapping though.
Yeah, when he's in the mode.
Yeah. I mean,
that dude just need to cut his hair.
Man, I ain't seen him in a minute, but hopefully soon.
Wait till you see him.
He looked like a blonde Jesus almost.
Oh man,
yeah, this dude.
You're getting there. Like an '80s baseball player. If you can picture that.
Man, it came right in my head, right when you said it. God dang.
Nah.
Rick Barry.
Right? Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong at all. Like he's definitely how can I say, man? He got a baby on the way.
I know.
Yeah.
I've been talking to him.
Oh,
I'm trying to get back in the lab.
Oh, yeah.
I've been itching. I
Good
know.
luck. I don't even think it exists anymore.
He said last time I talked to him, he said he was building it back up, but the lab that he had, he turned that to the baby room, so he's trying to figure out another little situation. So I've been waiting on him, man, because you know what I'm saying, I mess with his engineering style.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He know me, when it comes to engineering. So you know what I mean. So
I mean that's the thing with my bro. Like that's funny that you said it because like there's another artist that they constantly be hitting me up. They're like, yo, your brother open, your brother. I'm like, bro, like you gotta hit him.
Hit him up, yeah.
You gotta get him to like it, and man, I've been doing this podcast now, and like my shift is, my stuff has shifted now to this, but people still hit me up. Like, hey man, Lil Frosty doing this. I'm like, I don't know what that dude be doing.
We might just be putting a booth right next to this.
Yeah.
Run it all. One stop shop.
Let me know, man.
Yeah, we think about making a booth here. You know what I'm saying, and sending them to Brad and mixing and mastering.
I still got something to say.
See what I'm saying?
I'm trying to release something this year if I can.
Hey, bro, I'm with it.
Just waiting on the homie.
All right, Brad. All right. Lil Frosty, goddamn
for you, man.
We know you're gonna watch this.
Right,
too.
Waiting on that one person.
Right.
That's crazy, man. So like, all right. So like, he did tell me because I hit him and I'm like, yo, Blaze is pulling up, blah blah. He told me to ask you about a track on not Uno de Mayo.
All right.
If I butchered that, I'm sorry.
Yeah, nah, you good.
All right. The
leaving work for Kendra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Wyandotte Bulldogs basketball team.
Man, okay. Man, I don't even know that's supposed to get out that much. Okay, so
oh shit, my bad. Well,
nah, you good. so that wasn't
he didn't make the disclosure. Right? That's his fault. That's him.
I'm a brush on it. So that wasn't on the album, right? But that's something that might be in the works for a documentary.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I ain't supposed to talk about that.
Okay,
that's Lil Frosty's fault.
Got wrap that up. Yeah.
Right. You just read the text.
It's all good. But I appreciate that though.
He was messing with it, man.
Because I had to do a lot of research on that song because I don't know nothing about Kansas City that much for real and the Wyandotte High School. You know what I mean. But I had to do a lot of research because my cousin or my pop's cousin, but I guess it's my cousin. He went there and he played with the Jayhawks and you know what I mean.
Oh, okay.
And so he doing this thing with the Bulldogs school. I think he worked there now, so he doing this thing and it's gonna be. I'll brush on it later. You know what I'm saying?
Say less.
Yeah,
there you go then.
If it come to fruition.
There we go. All right, man. Well, I want to ask you this real quick.
Sure.
What's your influences, man? Because you come from Mississippi.
Yes, sir.
And you also got a little bit of Memphis in you.
Most definitely.
And then now. At this point, you're in Kansas. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's like, what's Blaze's? What's the homie Blaze's influences and stuff like that?
So you saying like music wise?
Let's do music, yeah.
Music, all right. Man, I grew up listening to a lot of jazz, right, from my pops. Old school from my moms. And I thought OJ's, Earth, Wind, Fire, Isley Brothers, groups like that. Now we talking about jazz, so also mentioned Stevie Wonder, a lot of Stevie Wonder, but jazz on my pop side. He listened to a lot of Stevie Wonder and just a lot of jazz. And I touched on one song on Words of Real Knowledge. I think it might have been the first one. It's called Transformation. I was talked about how I didn't understand when I was a kid. I didn't really understand music without words. And because, I'm listening to the radio when I ain't with him or when I'm with my moms and, say got words on it. And with him, it was just the vibe you get from listening to jazz, all the instruments and stuff.
Of course, yeah.
And then later on in life, I understood, what I mean, as I got older. But then, so growing up in Memphis, a lot of 3-6 Mafia, Project Pat, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Whole lot of ratchet Memphis music, man.
Yes, sir, yep.
You know what I mean? Whenever I wasn't around my parents. You know what I mean? Because they weren't going for
Blaze
that.
living that secret life.
Man, you feel me? They weren't going for that.
So you pull up, do up, and the pull off, walk away.
Man, I had that thump too, man. They already know that.
I'm an active damn fool.
Man, hey, I was playing a lot of that because my boys, man, them CDs back then. So
of course.
I was ripping the CDs from some of my boys that was getting all the CDs and, for 3-6 Mafia and all the, Lil Wayne and, just everywhere, man.
Yeah, you can burn the CD and have everything you like on it.
So it was really a lot of Southern music for real, but then you had the 50 Cent started coming out, and the other, what I'm saying. But then you had the Snoop Dogs, and you know what I mean,
Snoop
West
Dogg
Coast,
State, yeah.
West Coast music. So it was a lot of rap music for real. And if it wasn't that, then what I mean, it was whatever was on TV, and what I mean, I went like that. But for the most part, it was a lot of 3 6 Mafia and Project Pat.
Project
For
Pat,
real, for real. Project
yeah.
Pat, that's my dude, man. He like, man, he in my top 5, man. He in my top 5 for real. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's funny you said it because this is just my opinion.
Yeah.
No, I'm not trying to, whatever. But I think 21 Savage took his whole career, his whole style from Project Pat.
he
Yeah.
tried. He tried a little bit in a few songs.
I agree.
He tried.
Now
He
that
tried
you
a
say
little
that
bit.
and I think about
Listen
it,
to Knife Talk, bro.
Of
Nah,
course.
I see
Drake was paying homage. And
Drake don't pay
21 was paying homage. That's why he did the flow, you know what I mean? Because he was on the song. Pat was on the song, but
Yeah, I mean, in
you
the
know what I
beginning.
mean? Yeah. But they was paying homage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say he tried to take his flow, but you know what I mean? I mess with 21.
I mean, I mess with 21 every now, but it's like, bro, like I hear him on a lot of those songs, and I'm like, is this Project Pat? But then he's like 21. I'm like, oh, okay.
You know what?
This is
Though?
him.
A lot of people try to steal the flow too, though. You know what I mean? What
Right,
was
if
that?
it
What's
works,
that?
right, if it works,
The
and-
Japanese person or whatever that was doing the same flow.
No, what's his dude?
You know what I'm talking about?
Himamayo, whatever.
Something like that.
Yeah, he's like Project Pata.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
They
he
all try to.
He got the flow.
But okay, hold on though. But
Yeah.
he sits there and says that though. He goes, "I grew up listening to 3 6 and Project Pat." Like
for sure.
you're throwing the homage, not like have you catching up to God quicker. It's like
We knew he was paying homage, man. He was paying homage, man.
this dude trying to show
We
too much love to
knew.
Drake, man. Heck
We
nah.
knew he was paying homage. He was paying homage,
I
man.
don't know, man. Project Pata, or I say Pata. See, I'm
Pata.
Yeah, exactly. Now he's a pastor. Like, so he'll get you up to God quicker for sure. But that's dope, bro. Like, cause I mean,
Yeah.
Memphis has a lot of. I mean, even 3 6 Mafia to this day with the new genres, the
Man.
new Young Thugs, all that shit
Man.
is all implicated off of 3 6.
Yeah.
And a lot of people hate 3 6 because they think they're on. We had my
That was
nephew
good.
Clouds. He was in here. He's a huge 3 6 fan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like they hated them going up. Because they're like, all right, they're devil
They
worshippers.
think it's the dark side.
Nah, man.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not just devil. It's like the dark side. People don't see that it's not. It's just gritty.
They don't worship no.
No,
devil,
they
man.
don't,
That
but
was,
people-
that was just like an image type of thing, and it was just because they was 666 Mafia at one point, and they tried
Exactly
to
right.
make that scene. Man, Pat and Juicy J, they brothers. They pops is a pastor. So nah, man.
they dropping an album together?
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Finally?
on that. I think it's in July too.
I'm
or
so excited
June,
for that
or
shit, bro.
I don't even know if they put it out August or something. I know it's this year.
There's
It
no
better be
Wiz
this
Khalifa
year.
on a couple songs. That's all I care
Yeah, I'm
about.
sure it is. I mean, it ain't gonna be the prime Pat and Juice, but hey, man, I'm still gonna listen to it. You know, what
I mean,
mean,
bro,
Them my
Project
guys.
Pat destroys anything.
Them my
that he jumps on.
guys, man. Them my guys, man.
Yeah,
for real.
I fuck with both of them. But
That's
Juicy
all.
J and DJ Paul, all that shit.
Man, you hear me? That's what I'm saying.
You heard me? Yeah, you heard me? I heard you completely.
Yes.
Nah, it's all good. But
yeah.
that's crazy though, man. So like Memphis obviously is the one that molded you into the person that you
Yeah.
today.
And I brought that up here.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. Well, that's why you were the talk of the class and shit, because everyone's like, man, this dude talking like this dude talk all types of crazy shit.
Yeah.
Say, man, hey man, we going in here.
Yeah, for real.
But that's
Man.
dope though, man. So like, obviously you started out
Yeah.
rapping about everything, and then now it looks like you've transitioned into more of, I'm not gonna say a Christian rapper, but you definitely have removed the some of the content.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And like
Yes.
now you're going towards a little bit more of a positive direction in the music.
Yeah.
Like I was listening to this track the other day. You have a track called F Cancer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can you speak on that a little bit from your perspective of what made you make that record?
Of course. So, let me see. This was 2019 was when I found out my mom had got cancer, diagnosed with cancer, right? And this was like when I got my first house. So it was like, this was end of September 2019, right? So we on the wave of, my family celebrating me and congratulating me on buying my first house. And it was like my mom didn't want to tell me. She knew for like a month or so, but she didn't want to tell me because things was going good. And then, I got the phone call that one day, probably, I don't know, November or something, and she told me, man, and it just shocked me because all I know about cancer is that a lot of people dying.
Yeah, it kills
from
people.
it. It kill people.
Yeah.
And so that was first thought in my head. Like I'm just shocked, just on the phone. Like how like you could just you like underwater, you hearing people talking above the surface, but you don't
can't hear
like
it.
you ain't really like I was lost, I was shocked, and it just I just got sunk into the deep hole, and I was just, man, praying. I was lost, but at the same time I was like, all right, God is an awesome God, and who I pray to, and I keep my faith that He stand on business. Whenever what I'm saying, business need to be stood on, and so at every time in life, whenever a situation hit me where I had no control over it, my venting space was my pen and pad. You know what I mean? So I went directly to that pen and pad. I went directly to looking for some beats because that's what I do. I express my pain and things I go through the music. And so, I mean, the song was done for a good. Matter of fact, the album was done for a good minute.
Okay.
But the
okay.
thing about my mom, she didn't want people to know she was going through cancer. Like she didn't want, what I mean,
The attention in that way, right.
A lot of family members didn't know she had cancer.
My mom did the same thing.
You feel me?
Yeah, you tell people at certain times because only certain people, you have to strategically. It's like with a baby almost.
Exactly,
but the opposite.
exactly. Yeah. I feel you. And so it got to, man, when I released the album 2020 in October on Columbus Day of 2020.
Okay.
And because I got, you know, confirmation from her that she beat cancer, and she gave me the
That's
go
dope.
ahead
That's
to go ahead and release it because she defeated cancer, and it was okay for me to let the world know at this time. So I had to wait on her. But going through it, man, it sucked, man. Like it was, cause in F cancer, like that was like, cause I got her on the song speaking about what she going through.
Yes,
That was
yeah,
that
I
was
heard that.
really when she was going through it, and in the video, like in real time, like I don't know if you watched the video, but
did.
when she was ringing the bell,
Yeah.
that was in real time. It was I'm so happy they let us record in the hospital. I don't think we were supposed to did that.
Right, that
what I mean?
sounds like a
Yeah,
HIPAA violation.
Yeah,
to the
something.
max.
Yeah,
Hey, shout out to Yohei.
sure,
I know
for
Yohei.
sure,
I
you
know
do?
Yohei.
Man,
Yeah.
you know a lot of my guys. Okay, so you know a lot of people. So so he was with us in the hospital when she was ringing the bell, and oh man, that was such an amazing moment, man. It was it was heartfelt, man, and that song, man, that's one of the most popular songs, of course, inspirational songs I got out, man. And
Yeah, man. Like it hit. Not to cut you off on it,
No,
man.
you
My
good, you
apologies,
got it,
but
you got it.
it hit me hard because like back in September, like my best friend died of leukemia cancer.
God,
You know what I'm saying? And so like you're speaking on what you're speaking on with your moms and stuff like that, and it's like, very very grateful
yeah,
for both of y'all to go through the trials and tribulations and see another bright day.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But like, like what you sat there and said about your moms, not wanting everyone to know, and not even wanting everyone to know, but like not wanting to, I guess,
You don't want the attention.
yeah,
Yeah,
Because
Yeah,
people are like,
you know.
oh, and then they're all concerned about you
yeah.
instead of just like, hey, let's go to the park today. or-
bugging you, asking
Right.
you the questions,
Right.
and
yeah. Like
stuff,
I didn't get to get that. You know what I'm saying?
man.
Like I opened up Instagram and it's like boom.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like it hit me like boom. And the crazy like, Lil Chris, you know what I'm saying? Like that was our like close friend. You know what I'm saying? Like and like it's tatted right here. This is a clothing brand. But that's why like I saw that you made F cancer and shit like that, and I listened to it, and the whole time like it's your perspective with your mother and stuff like that. But like with me, I'm relating to it a little bit different.
Yeah,
You know what
of
I'm saying?
course, of
So
course.
I think that is I think that's the dopest thing in the entire world, bro. Because like me, I can't rap. Nor can I really get my feelings out about how I be feeling.
Yeah,
Because like, I listen to music to get my feelings out.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? So like with you writing F Cancer, yes, it was about your mom's, and like very grateful that your mom's made it out. You know what I'm saying? That's a great, powerful thing to do, and blessings on blessings. But the thing is like now everyone that listens to that song always will have their own. It's like the See You Again record with they made that for
Wiz and
the Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah,
Like they made it for Paul Walker, but now like everybody listens to that and have their own.
Right, their own story with it.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? So like when I heard that, I was like, all right, man, I don't know the homie Blaze music and stuff like that. Like I know you've done records with such and such and such, but I'm like, man, let me peep in. Like what? Let me listen to this. Let me listen to that. And then I saw F Cancer. I was like, man, let me listen to this. So when I listened to it, I was like, damn, I feel like where you're coming from because you know what I'm saying. Like you're going through that stuff where you're like, man, like I'm praying and I'm hoping to a God that me, and this is my opinion. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I pray to a God and everything. Like sometimes and I question him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And like I know I shouldn't, but I'm human. So it's like I pray to him, and like sometimes like I really wish that I can like talk to my friend one more time, because like I found out in 2021, I think it was, that he got it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But when I was kicking with him all the time, he'd just be chilling like you or whatever, and he'd be falling asleep. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm like, what? Why are you always like this dude falls asleep like at the drop of a dime? And he's like, oh man, I'm just tired, exhausted.
But he's on medication.
Nah, he wasn't on nothing.
Oh really?
Nah, like he didn't know.
He didn't know he had it.
And so he moved to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? He moved to Atlanta to run a business with his pops, truck business like that. And like he woke up one day, walking down the stairs and just fell down. And everyone was like, "What the hell?" And then like they're like, "Yeah, like his white blood cells are overpowering the red." Yeah. And it was crazy, bro, because literally me and my little brother, we were going down there to see him. Like we were going down to see him, and then like he just fell off the face of earth. I couldn't get a hold of him. I'm like, bro, Austin never answers his phone. Like, what the, and then his brother messaged me, and he's like, hey, he's in the hospital. I'm like, he's in a what? You know what I'm saying? And like he disclosed and stuff like that. I'm not gonna say it all, on here, but he beat it. You know what I'm saying? And he called me, and he's like, bro, I beat it. Look at my hair's coming back, all this shit. I'm like, man, dope. I have my son. You know what I'm saying? He saw my son, and then this year, you know what I'm saying? I got a call, from a homie of mine that, friends or whatever, and he's like, he passed.
I'm sorry about that.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, it hit me like a sack of bricks. I even did an episode for the podcast that same day. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and I only did the podcast and stuff like that for the simple fact that I knew he would want me to do it.
Most definitely.
But besides that, man, like I said, to bring it full circle, like, that's what I related to that track of what you did. So, I want to tell you thank you, man to man, like, for making that track, because that's something that I could relate to, and I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to bump it all the time because I don't want to constantly
feel
that.
Go that place.
Understood.
Yes, but I definitely want to tell you thank you because, like, you were making it from a spot from where you came from. You know what I'm saying? And, like, that's incredibly fucking dope.
Yeah.
Excuse me for my language. I know, but like, that's incredibly dope.
Yeah.
And that's why I love the shit about music, bro, because, like, your story is impactful to all of us.
Yeah.
And every person can relate to it differently.
It's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And you're still saying F cancer, F cancer, F cancer. It's like, yes, you're 100% right. But like, my story relates differently from yours, and I still have the same connection to it.
And and of course, man, that's beautiful, man. And I'm sorry about your friend.
It's all good.
The way I wanted to spin it for promotional purpose or how it's looked at, that's why I named it F Cancer, because people gonna think that it's, you know what I'm saying, until they listen to it. Because I don't know if y'all saw, like I was doing an interview with this Ugandan radio station.
Saw that.
They didn't want to play the song because they just kept saying the title.
Right.
And I'm like, but y'all didn't listen to it yet. Like, if you listen to it, you understand I'm saying the F is for finish it. Like, y'all thinking that I'm like, y'all, I told you I don't cuss on my music. Like, y'all need to listen to it.
It's all for perception, bro. Like, they literally seeing it.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I got a shirt that's right here for the podcast. This is Dancing or Effing.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like, oh, you're just trying to get to X. I'm like, no, bro. If you actually look at it, it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
That's what we doing.
Yeah.
You just pursuing. You're taking it one way.
Right? Are we messing around, or are we really gonna do this?
Yeah.
You know,
right.
Are you
That's
messing around? Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like, oh no, you're trying to do this like derogatory towards women, or it's like, no, I'm not. You just getting it. You getting it mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like you can judge a person every single day. Yep. And it's like you can think it's F cancer all you want. That's cool. You're gonna get it to be talked about, but guess what? You're gonna listen to it one day, and you're gonna figure out that it means finish that stuff.
And you know what? I felt like it was I was being pushed back and judged when I told people I rap, because all they think of rap, or a certain age, all they think of rap is, oh, it's
Degrading women,
all that. I'm like, but have you listened to my music though? Like, when you really listen to it,
have you given me a chance?
Have you given me a chance instead of judging me because my skin and because of
right? Unless you don't
I'm a rapper.
Unless you don't like hip hop type beats, then
right.
you know what I mean. Then okay,
right?
You're a country fan, like you know that's on you. But
if
you like rap, give me a chance. I get it.
I'm saying I try to put a message on things.
Well, and that's funny that you say that, because like also you sat there. I read kind of your bio about how your pops was like, hey man, push the positivity so much. Don't push so much of the negative.
I was gonna get
and
to
the directive, of saying that. And I say that because like my favorite rapper, my favorite artist is Chameleonaire. You know what I'm saying? And like he put out his last album, Ultimate Victory. And he told the label, he's like, look, I'm dropping it with no cussing on it. He had Pimp C on there. He had some people on there cussing. And he was like, no, take that out. Take it out. And don't get me wrong, it's a hard listen because like you're trying to listen to it, you're like, oh, what the hell is this? It's bleeped. But the thing is like the label was like, no, like that's cool. We can drop it. We're gonna get rid of you real quick though, because you're not trying to like push
conform to what we're trying to do.
Yeah. And the thing is, bro, like, and I'm gonna be honest with you, like when I hear people say like they're trying to not cuss in their music, I'm like, all right, bro, like all right, whatever. for real, like I'm like, all right. But the thing is though, like even with Chameleonaire, when he was trying to, he's like, bro, I'm not gonna cuss no more in my music and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, this is whack. Then I'm not listening to this. But then he broke it down like with some lyrics. I'm like, okay, oh damn, that was a good punchline. Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like he says in this one song, he said like it was called Industry Groupie. Yeah. But he's like, why don't you take 2 steps to the door and walk? Or he's like, how about you be like DJ Unk and take 2 steps to the door and walk it out?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? But he's not saying like the derogatory terms or whatever.
Right, he's talking shiz without actually. Right,
yeah.
He's just talking shit.
Or he's like, hey, how about you be like Michael Jackson and lighten up, like his complexion and lighten up. And I'm
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's wittiness, and I'm like, okay, that's dope, bro. Like, all right, I'm gonna listen to now whatever he's got to say going forward. And he ain't got to be saying the N word or the B words and all this other stuff like that. It's like, and that's why, like, when I saw you pushing the positivity and like differently, I'm like, okay, let me listen to what he got. And then you're like F cancer, but it's like it's not really F cancer is what you're thinking it is. Mm-hmm. He's talking about, hey, let's finish this, like finish this stuff,
because
because like you work through the trials and tribulations, and it's like boom, now we're gonna work through this, and we're gonna hopefully beat this, so we don't have to deal with it no more.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And like you're pushing positivity in that record. There's a few other records that I was listening to. I was like, okay, this dude like can really rap. You know what I'm saying? And your style, bro, like like the moment you start talking, you know what I'm saying? In general, it grabs people's attention. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, sometimes even when I start talking, I went to Canada and I started talking, they're like, you're from the South. I'm like, I'm not from the South.
Southern of them.
Southern of them.
Below them.
But she was trying to, I'm like, I ain't from Texas. Like, the hell? I don't be, hey, y'all, what's happening?
I ain't
you all.
It's like, we don't be swingers and foes down here. The heck? I mean, I listen to Chameleonaire and a lot of Houston music, don't get me wrong.
Sure.
And that's what I'm saying, too. Like, I even hit my bro up. Yeah. And I said, I was like, because you know how, I mean, you sat there and said, even in your bio, you're like, hey, man, I go by Blaze, but, like, my artist name is the homie Blaze. Mm-hmm. Like, and so I was, like, going through, and I hate to say this, but YouTube and stuff like that, YouTube Music will throw, like, some random person's music up there. It's like, brand new Lil Jon. It's like, huh? And you play, and it's like, this is not Lil Jon. Yeah. So I had to hit my bro up, and I was playing Uno de Mayo, and I was like, yo, is this Blaze? Yeah. You know, and he goes, yeah, that's his. Like, okay, I'm like, okay, cool. You have a record on there, Chopped and Screwed.
He did that.
Yeah, he said that.
We swinging.
Yeah.
Yeah, we swinging.
Yeah, but I was like, yo, this. I turned that. I was like, oh, I'm just in about this.
Man, cause look, like in Memphis we call it flicking, but in Texas they call it swinging. But when I was in the military, I was around a lot of Texas dudes, and I be in Texas about all the time. I was just down there a few weeks ago, and so I'm kind of in with their culture too, though. So that's
You gotta
what
hold it
you know what I'm
down.
saying? You gotta hold it down.
He said, I did down there a
So
few weeks ago.
yeah, so
I did down there.
Man, I'm telling you, man,
down there,
a
man,
lot of my dudes in the military from Texas, man. That's all I used to hang around, and I got some of their slang from them, and you know what I'm saying.
Right,
we
they got some
we
from you.
swap
Yeah,
slang,
absolutely.
Yeah. You know how it goes.
So it's flicking.
Yeah, it's flicking. In
flicking,
Memphis.
that's cool.
Flicking
I
in
never heard that
Memphis,
before.
Yeah, it's flicking in Memphis, but it's swinging in Texas. Yeah, but I just
That's
yeah.
dope as hell, bro.
Yeah.
I'm swinging on fofos and I'm really flicking on them damn
Really
things.
flicking on twos.
Flea
yeah.
flicking, huh?
Flicking them too.
Flea flicking.
Yeah, flea flicking, baby.
Swinging on foes, flicking
I mean,
on
but that's
twos.
true, bro. Like that's what, like with people with Kansas City, it's like, bro, you got a fresh pair of sucker duckers on. It's like, you got,
Oh, what?
see this? No, you didn't know that?
I ain't heard that ever in my
Yeah,
life.
you know,
No?
yeah.
Sucker duckers?
Yeah, you suck a duck. Yeah.
I thought you
There's
was
other
just
things you can say
playing.
after that. No.
Nah, it's,
Nah, it's
nah.
like-
That's a real thing? I ain't never
Yeah.
heard
Yeah,
that.
that means sunglasses. You got some sucker duckers on.
Man, I ain't never heard that. I thought y'all
I
were
didn't
playing
use it
with
in
me.
that context. But
I thought y'all were playing with me. You
Nah.
sucker duckers?
Yeah.
huh?
Come on, man.
Nah.
I ain't never heard nobody say that.
Nah, man. Yeah. Look it up.
Man, I'm gonna have to ask.
I usually add a little profanity after I say that.
Yeah. Well, hey,
Like
man.
you suck a duck or something, something.
Yeah.
But nah, like you got a fresh pair of sucker duckers on.
What?
Yeah.
Alright.
I think I said that in the song with Lil Chris, and he's like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, sucker ducker." They're like, "Man, what the hell?" I'm like, "Kansas City shit, bro. KC shit."
That's too funny.
Just
man.
like instead of saying "you hear me," you hear me. Shout out to the popper one time, bro.
hear me?
He said, you hear me?
hear
You hear me? It's like you driving a Hemi? It's like nah.
Is your cousin? Is your cousin's name
Hemi?
Jimmy? You mean Jimmy?
Hey, bro.
Yeah, that's
Every
funny
person,
as hell.
but that's what he says.
That's slang.
And it's funny, man, because like when I pulled up one time on him, and I bought a T-shirt from him with the I'm KC shit, and he's like, "Yeah, bro." I'm like, "Yeah, you hit me?" And he's like, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, I know what you're talking about." He's like, "Oh, okay, all right." You know, now every time I pull up into the spot, "Hey, what's up? What's up? You hit me?"
That's funny.
You still get me calling that sucker ducker, man. I ain't
Hey, bro, it's
I
some
ain't never heard that.
Hey, it's some shit, bro. Start listening to some Kansas City music. You like, the hell?
I mean, let me see, cause
Well, shit, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, like not man. Even this shows my age, but like, bro, like back in the day, like when you would send messages and shit, and it would have like your little, little signature thing.
yeah.
Every time you sent me a message, I'll send you one back. It'd be like, man, I'm chilling, kicking it like a donkey.
Man,
And they'd be
I
like,
ain't
kicking
heard
like a
that one
donkey.
either.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
donkeys kick hard,
They
baby.
do kick. But
Kansas City shit.
Okay, I give you that.
I used to,
kicking
That's
it
why
like a
you know I
donkey.
ain't been raised up here. So I don't know.
I mean, I used to go buy lunch meat, and people say, "Why?" I said, "Cause I'm always ready."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? But
Hey, I gotta let y'all ride with it, man. Y'all got it. Hey, you cut me off the blue with this. I don't know none of this, but all right.
hey, you hear me?
Hey, we swap slang. I don't know if I'm saying.
Hey,
but
bro, you
y'all
said
got it.
flicking, and it's like, bro, like
Right.
I be
That's
saying,
true, that's true.
I'm like,
Because when you took my sunshades up in Detroit, they say buffs. So
Yeah.
when I heard that, I'm like, buffs? What the?
yeah, just like when you like when you go to the Bay, you know what I'm saying? Like when you go to the Bay, they got all types of shit. Like they,
Stunners.
yada, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
sure.
It's
Right.
like yada.
For sure.
It's like what?
For sure.
I mean, bro, talk to Marshawn Lynch for 5 seconds. He'd be like, all right, I'm in the Bay.
Man.
I'm in the Bay.
That dude's so
Oh my
funny, man. He
gosh.
got a movie coming out too.
I saw,
gotta
bro.
see that.
I went and saw it. He's in
Oh, it is
Young,
out already.
Young Hurt or Love Hurts? Hell yeah.
Something like that.
He
It's
said, boy,
already
he's
out?
like, yeah, he's like, somebody shoot this spider monkey.
I want to see it
I'm
just
not even
because
gonna-
he in it.
I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like my biggest role model is Marshawn Lynch.
Man,
Really?
That's it. Yeah, bro, because he's unapologetic.
That's true. Nah, when he came out with that, I'm here so I won't get fined. Man, You don't know how many times I've been saying that to people, man. It's too funny, man.
That's how I live my life. I'm like, you know why I'm here. It's like
Skittles, all that, man.
He's like, just like you asked in that one interview, or not interview, but like there was a soundbite, but Marshawn or Richard Sherman was like, hey man, he's like, what you doing for Christmas? And he's like, Christmas?
Yeah.
He's like, shit, I'm trying to make it to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's too far
they
in
were in the game too on the sideline. I remember that.
And he goes, what you doing? He's like, what you doing for Thanksgiving? He's like, shit, I'm giving turkeys back to the hood.
Yeah.
He's like, you trying to slide through? He's like, yeah, shit, let's do it. He's like, all right, say less then. But that's who he is, bro. He's like shit. He's like, I'm trying to swerve in this. It's like, what's happening? It's like, what?
Man.
But he is the Bay. Like, man. Even when even when the Chiefs played the Raiders, Marcus Peters is his cousin, blood cousin, and they were trying to rough him up, and it's like that. Marshawn Lynch is like, all right, here goes what's up? Yeah. And like he was going against the Raiders, he was going against the Chiefs and everything. He's like, that's my cousin. I don't give a damn about no Chief or no Raiders or no NFL.
Right,
that's
I'm
my
a
cousin.
savage. Right.
He's like, I'm outside. What's up? And I was like,
for sure.
I fucking love Marshawn Lynch. Beast mode, everything. He's like, shit.
That dude too beast funny, mode, man. He be crazy.
Like he sat there and said the cops are called cherries. He's like, man,
yeah,
you ever
with the little red lights.
Cherries. Yep.
Yeah, they lit the cherries, man. Hit the gas.
Yep.
He said, man, I looked up, man, and saw the cherries. I said, oh, I'm out.
Yeah, that's the gas.
But that's what I'm saying, like with like languages and stuff, bro. Like everybody got their different lingos.
That's true.
Everybody has their own dialect.
There we go.
That's true. Right, that's true.
But nah, like they do, bro. So it's like Memphis from Mississippi.
Yeah.
All that shit, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. So man, real quick, man. So as we, what you got coming up, man?
So like I said, man, waiting on Frosty. You know what I'm saying? Get that studio set up, man. He said he gonna hit me up. Nah, but I told him, man, like new, cause you already mentioned it, so I ain't breaking the news. You already mentioned it. I told him new life is such a wonderful thing. New life is more life, and it's such a blessing, man. So take your time, man. I'll you know what I'm saying, keep writing until you ready for me to slide through and, you know what I'm saying, hit the booth and do what I do. But hey, man, I'm hoping this year I can release something because I got something to say. Like this next album or mixtape, it's gonna be an album. This next album that I'm gonna do is gonna be called "But I'm Not a Christian Rapper." I'm saying it because you brought it up. Because you brought it up.
Yeah, that's
only
cool.
Because I've been telling people, yeah, my background, I'm a Christian, but when it comes to rap, you may hear me like speak on a lot of my religion and the guidance of, you know what I'm saying, of it, but deep down I don't want to be put in this box. Because like you said, when you on YouTube music, listen to my music, and it go to something else, I wanted to do that. I want to be spread around all the genres.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what we're trying to do here. I get it.
On this Christian rap side where I don't get put over here and this other because
the algorithm is
I want to be everywhere. You know what I mean? I want to be gospel rap. I want to be in hip hop, rap, down south rap. You know,
ratchet
whatever.
rap,
ratchet,
all
that. You know what I mean?
all that.
because I want people to you know what I'm saying, when they run across one of my songs and they just got done listening to something else, they be like, oh, okay, this still go hard, and he ain't cussed not one time in it, and he actually put forth a good positive message. Like, okay, who is this person right here? You know, so
and you know what I bet a lot of people don't even catch it at first. That you're not cussing.
They don't.
They're listening to the content and then the end of the song and they're like, yeah, and
wait a minute,
because I got 2 songs deep before I really realized what you were doing.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, he's not okay. Yeah, and that's when I started like, all right, yep.
And so that's what I was gonna break down. You say you was reading through the bio, so how that began was from the first mixtape with Lil Chris and Graham and G Real and who else I was rapping with? Dude named Duncan. I don't know if you remember him, but I was working with my neighbor who lived across the street as prep painter, and he had this van we used to whip in or whatever. Me and my boys, I used to put my CD up in there. We sliding around different apartment complexes painting. I'm just bumping it. And so he came home one day. gave my CD to my parents. Was like, hey, your son left a CD in my. I left a CD in my van. Here you go. And he popped it in the CD player and was like, what? Like, he was like, man, what you out here talking about? Like, this ain't. And my pops used to be a pastor for real, like, or a preacher.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? You know, he had sermons out, and you know, it just ain't the lifestyle. You know what I mean? That of what I was, you know, what I should have been putting out. And so gradually over time, you know, because my second mixtape and on down, I released when I was in the military, and I took out the N word, and then I started taking out cuss words, and then I just started, you know, incorporating, you know, God's message in it, just because I started feeling like, okay, now this is my gift. Because people, like, I actually got a good amount of people that actually like my music. So let me, you know what I'm saying, little by little
influence them.
You know what I mean?
Sense, yeah,
so that's
sense.
really how I got started. So when you reading the bio and wherever you reading, that's really where it came. And so
Shout out to Pops.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Pops. And when you mentioned Blaze, like I said, like, people in Memphis didn't really call me Blaze. Blaze came when I got here. Because this whole identity change, you know what I mean? It's like, because I wasn't famous like how I was in high school up here back in Memphis, because I was just another number, you know what I mean? Like, it was 99% black people.
Well, yeah, you fit in with the terms, all that stuff.
But Blaze came from down there when I was hanging around a group of affiliates who was dressed in certain colors.
Gotcha.
And so when you dressed in them colors, they say that you blazed up. And so I rolled with them, but I wasn't joined with them. You know what I'm saying?
Like high visibility orange. I get
it. For sure. And so it was one time we was playing ball in one of the neighborhoods or whatever, and they was making fun of me because I wasn't with them. I was just rolling with them. Right. We played ball and stuff. And I just caught fire playing basketball. And they was like, oh, he blazed up, passed the ball to Blaze. He making all the shots. And then I just took that and brought it up here. And I was telling everybody I don't Blaze. Because I was trying to figure out a rap name anyway.
Yeah,
I was just trying to figure out a rap name anyway. So
that's dope.
At first, it was just, hey, I'm Blaze. So everybody called me Blaze.
That's pretty much what we did growing up. Me and my little bro, like, I was Frosty and he was Lil Frosty.
Right.
Was like,
right, I'm the big one. He's the little one.
Yeah, that's what you said when you first.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm the big
Frosty.
one, I guess.
Yeah.
But then, you know, and then like I even rebranded myself now, you know, to separate myself. I'm like, now I'm like Snowman, you know, because a lot of people are like, well, why are you Snowman? It's like, bro, like, I'm not Frosty no more. I'm not the kid character, you know what I'm saying? I'm Snowman. But like at the end of the day too, like my game tag, all that stuff like that is number one Snowman. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then they're like, what is number one? It's like,
I saw that. I saw you playing Ninja Turtles.
Cold though.
Yeah. but the thing is, like, they wouldn't let me do like the hashtag. So I'm like, hey, number one Snowman. The number one Snowman is Frosty. There's only one Snowman, Frosty. So it's like Snow. Now I go by Snow. And I put the 8 in the middle because they're like, what's the 8? I'm like, it's a snowman. So snowman all in one word.
Okay. Frosty cold to me though too.
Frosty,
but I understand.
Yeah, I mean, and don't get me wrong, like I'm still Frosty. Like
he's Snow Frost basically.
Well, yeah, but like everyone's always like, hey Frosty, hey Frosty. It's like,
snowman.
Okay, Frosty. That's been my, but like my last name is Frost, so it's like, all right, boom, boom. And I'm like, man, you know,
you tired of that.
Well, it's not just I'm tired of it. Like, I wanted my brother to have his own identity.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people hit me
that
like,
makes sense.
You need to distinguish the two.
Yeah. And everyone's like, oh, you don't know how many times I done got hit up. Hey, man, can you throw a verse on this? I'm like, I'm not a rapper. And like, what you mean you're not a rapper? Exactly. Yeah. Like, you hit me, you're like, you must be Big Snow or Big Frosty. I'm like, Frosty. I am Big Frosty. But a lot of people saw my brother, and they're like, oh, okay, so you the rapper. I'm like, I couldn't rap a save it. No. I only rap in Christmas presents. That's it.
Right.
but you know.
Sandwiches. Sandwiches.
So it's funny you said though, like the first time I caught wind of y'all podcast when y'all was talking about Jeezy and Gucci. And I was in them comments like, I'm like, come on, man. Y'all gotta man have some respect for Jeezy now. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't gonna do my boy like that.
That's the funniest thing, bro. It's like, beyond that episode, bro, it's like, I love Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? I know that episode. You're probably like, man, this dude hate Jeezy. It's like, nah, bro. Like Jeezy's a snowman. Like obviously that goes with my moniker, but it's like I'm talking about the relevancy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like with the relevancy, he ain't around. Just like we spoke off air with Lil Wayne, like these young kids don't know who Jeezy is, but they know Gucci.
Right.
And like DJ Royal and shit like that. Shout out to him. But like he's huge. Like Gucci or Jeezy is like his second favorite rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which more respect to it. Cool. That's your pro. But it's like, bro, nobody's listening to Soul Survivor right now. Like, are they?
Right.
Now, and tell me the last good Jeezy verse.
Man, that what is it? 50 million up the Peasy with he snapped on that.
Yeah, because you're searching for it.
You said because I'm searching for it? No, I knew it dropped.
I never see anything that he drops ever.
Man, come on.
But and that's not me hating. Like I said, like his I don't forgive. I don't forget. Like I listen to that whole album is crack.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be on some mature things to listen to. Because nowadays, just like Juicy J, nowadays
it's evolution.
Nowadays he doing jazz, but rapping on jazz. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
but he's still.
Yeah, he still hits you with some punchlines, but
like I mean, like Juicy said, shut the like it's like like he still kind of relates. Jeezy is really on some like, hey, I'm a business owner, I'm about to open up businesses,
That's true.
black empowerment,
That's
which
true.
is dope as hell. I'm not saying that, but I'm talking about like to these kids, they're like Jeezy, and I'm like, yeah, Jeezy, like, and like we don't know that.
These kids be trying to crash out, man. That's all they be worrying about.
Yeah, like they and they want to listen to Gucci, where he's talking about like popping pills and perks and
crash out music.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like like more respect to both of them. They're like I think they're both both of them together on a record is the most powerful thing in the world.
Yeah.
So Icy was
that was big.
Oh,
that was big. That versus was huge too.
Yeah, but like in my opinion, Jeezy bodied him on his own record.
Of course, he was the bigger artist.
You call me Jeezy the Snowman, get it?
Yeah.
He was the bigger artist back then.
And I got blow, man. He's like, man, let him marinate. Y'all, man, stupid.
Man, his flow back then, man.
Right.
Well, let's go there. So who we like to do this on every show.
Yeah.
Mount Everest.
Yep.
What do you want to do the Mount Everest?
Mount Everest or Mount Rushmore?
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, Mount Rushmore.
Mount Everest.
Like,
how high are you trying to go?
How high do you want to climb today? Yeah, I got a little climbing pad out back.
Man.
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, we gonna do.
What genre?
That's what I'm looking at.
Period.
Who made Blaze today?
Man.
Yeah, your biggest four influences that made you who you are.
Man, so when I say Three Six Mafia Project Pet, I gotta add them as together.
Okay, that's a collective.
Because
That's cool.
it's Hypnotized Man. So
Memphis.
they all together. Right. Memphis.
Yep.
And then I gotta say Jeezy. I got to, man.
Shout out to Roy over here.
Because man, there was a lot of tough times in the military that he led me through from, like you said, listening to me for a lot of tough times I got through listening to some Jeezy, man. I'm telling you.
Cool. Me too.
Man, let me see. I gotta put Yo Gotti in there.
Yo Gotti?
Gotti in there, man. I know I'm biased. I am biased. I ain't gonna hold you.
Interesting.
I'm biased.
God damn it,
biased,
man. We ain't got enough on this podcast. Hold on.
Man. Hey, y'all don't know Gotti like I know Gotti then. And Lil Wayne for sure. Lil Wayne.
Wait a minute. So you're not gonna put in your Mount Rushmore's Young Dolph?
Nah. Gotti over Dolph, man. For sure. Y'all don't know. In a versus, Gotti would destroy Dolph, man. Y'all just be knowing the hype Dolph song. Gotti would destroy Dolph, man. I've been listening to Gotti since I was in 8th grade. That's how long he been out. And he just dropped his last album last year, a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm not really hip to.
Yeah, because
he
put Don Tripp on, he put Starlito on, like he hooked them up together.
He's still putting people on. I ain't even got to that who he put on.
The Glorilla and all them. Yeah,
Ain't even got to that. Moneybag ain't even got to that. I'm just saying, listen, like I said, I'm biased, so there's a lot of Memphis. You know what I'm saying? A lot of
Memphis.
Memphis. A lot of Memphis.
I get it.
But,
That's what you grew up on. I ain't mad
what
at
I
it.
grew up on. So,
I ain't mad at
That's
it.
a good. That's a good.
That's why we asked about
yeah.
Rushmore, bro. It was whatever you grew. Like people ask me, like, "What's your Mount Rushmore?" I'm like, Chameleonaire, Eminem, and I'll throw like some random. They're like, "Huh?" I'm like, "That's mine.
Yeah.
I don't care about yours." Like, I'll throw like shoot, Tech Nine might even be on there. Like, what?
Yeah, if
like,
you're feeling it that day.
If that's
Yeah,
what,
it's all what you-
for sure.
What you grew up on and shit. Sucker duckers.
Right. Part 2.
Part 2.
Yeah,
Part 2.
Yeah, hit me, yeah.
You
But
hit me?
so man, real quick though, before we ask the last question for the pod, real quick, I want to know, man, who you want to work with.
That's a good question.
You talking about just anybody?
Yeah.
Huh?
Anybody, bro.
Anybody. Shoot, I'm gonna have to name, Project Pat, Lil Wayne, Frosty. Man, let me see who else. Snoop Dogg. Man, who else?
So who's got? So all right, we're talking about. I mean, obviously, Lil Frosty, but right now, like, who's got your ear right now? Like, maybe local or somebody that's like on the bubble of popping. You know what I'm saying? Is there anybody that you're like, hey, bro, like,
Glorilla.
she's popped?
Oh, you talking about like bubbling up?
Yeah.
Bubbling up. Okay.
Like if I like right now, like if I hit you, I'm like, yeah, bro, like
I don't know local people like that for real though. Cause I be
you gotta get into 'em.
because the thing is like what I be doing is it be different than what other people be trying to do. I be in a different lane, like a positivity, message type of lane. So it's like, either y'all can get on it or I can get on your stuff type of thing. Like,
True.
Cause if you coming over here getting on something what I'm doing, then you gonna have to, I don't
Adapt.
be cussing. You know what
True.
I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Right, so you got to adapt to what I'm doing.
Gotta adapt to what I'm doing. But if you doing what you doing and you say, hey, you want to jump on something, I got you. And I'm going to do what I'm going to do, but I'm still going to come with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
like what I was saying though, like I think you would be dope on a record with Nave Majo.
okay.
I don't know if you were hip to him, but
I don't think I know him. He
you-
local?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a homie of mine. He's been on the pod, but like so like you just sat there and said you're like, hey man, like, maybe like jumping on his stuff and work, blah blah blah, but like he's versatile. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got songs.
It'd be a good balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you came to him and you're like, look, you know what? I got this record that pushes positivity, whatever, blah, blah. I just need you for a hook. He going to make a dope ass hook for you. You know what I'm saying? And like some hook that probably you could play in a club.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like where you can get the club turned upside down.
Throwing the alley-oop then.
Yeah. I'm looking at like Craig Smith would have been a really dope record with Craig Smith. Because he pushes a lot of positivity and stuff like that. His painting's actually right behind you.
Oh, nice.
The I am.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. But he pushes a lot of positivity right now within like his stuff like that. So I mean, like I'm just looking at kind of like the list that we've had on the podcast.
So it's just for real. Whoever Sonny, right?
Yeah,
it's
Mr.
just
Sonny,
whoever
yeah.
Sonny be throwing him my way, cause he be performing and stuff. Cause I don't be knowing unless somebody tell me.
Moto
Right,
too.
unless someone's like, here you go.
I don't know.
Yeah, get
You know what
Moto
I mean?
for sure. Moto would be a dope dude too.
He just did a beat for Moto, but I'm hoping I can get it because I started writing to it. He sent it to me. I'm like, man, I think you just sent me something.
That's funny you said that because that's what I was talking about earlier in the podcast. I said Lil Frosty would be dope on this record with him. Lil Frosty, like he be doing his own thing in his own world.
Hey man, he got a blessing on the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And we gotta give him that time.
Nah, for sure. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, you put my brother on any record, he gonna rip it.
I agree.
And so like that's why like I was like, who you looking to work for or whatever the case may be. But now let's transition this into this is the last question of the pod or whatever. I kind of figure out I kind of have an idea on where you're gonna go with this, but be careful with doing this. But who would you like to see on the pod next? And if so, you got to help us get them.
Please.
Yes.
And it can be, music. It can
Yeah,
be anything.
we've had some comedians. I'm about to do an interview with a painter. I mean, we got we got to give them what they want, man. You know, like you say, we got to be everywhere. So,
man, y'all put me on the spot with that. Sonny, man. Sonny up and coming, man. He got beats. He got beats.
Trying to get him on.
He was supposed to came today. He just got sick.
Oh, he's supposed to come with you?
Yeah, he was supposed to came. Because I'm like, hey, man, roll. Because when I seen, because he shot me the clip of Lil Chris talking about, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, hey, well, throw me the alley-oop then. Let me, you know what I'm saying? That's when I hit you up. And so, hey, man, got to look out for my guys, man.
Yeah, Sonny lives right next to my ex-wife.
And oh, man. And the thing is, like, I've seen the progression of Sonny from back. I used to work with him at Gordman's, right? He used to invite me. Yeah. He used to invite me over, and this was before he knew anything about rap for real. And like, you know, I was down there freestyle. You know what I'm saying? We on some, you know what I'm saying, some smokage and stuff. I'm down there freestyling with him and stuff. He like, dang, this is the first time somebody ever like freestyled in front of me. Like, this is crazy. And so got to the point where he was freestyle. He was just getting deeper and deeper into it. Started making beats. Now he record people now, and he up and coming for real. Like, he got some beats.
I know.
I'm telling you, like, he getting there. I tell him every time I see him, bro, I love your progression. Keep going. You one of them ones. You getting there.
Yeah, you can't tell that boy nothing.
You getting there, and his name is going start getting bigger.
Yeah, I mean, because he. You know, it's crazy, man, because, like, you know, we grew up together. You know what I'm saying? Like, he lives... Yeah, we live literally a block away. You know what I'm saying?
That is true, because when I go to front... Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we literally live a block away. But, like, we grew up together and whatnot. You know, his older brother, Kenny, and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like, his mom's, pops, all that stuff. But, like, I've seen his progression. You know, he was a real... When we hung out all the time, he's like... He did irritate me a little bit, because when I'd be in the car, I'd be sitting here playing, like, in this CDs or whatever, right? This dude, I'll be playing, I'm like, here's a computer in there. I'm like, oh, I'm feeling myself, you know, whoop the whoop, internet. Oh, and then all of a sudden, this dude just ejects the CD. I said, what the hell are you doing?
Man, tripping.
I was like, do not touch my car. Do not touch my radio.
Don't touch my stereo.
Like, Chris Tucker.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, the hell? And he goes, play this.
Black man radio.
Yeah, well, yeah, but he put in a rock song, and it's like, I'm like, this ain't it, bro. Not for me.
No, I'm not feeling it.
But... No, like, his progression is 100% right, bro. So it's like when he did the Drowning record with, you know, like my brother. And then I was like, this record is hard. I'm going to get Darian Saffron on it. Yeah. You know, and then I threw Nico on there. Yeah. And I said, I'm like, I orchestrated it all. I'm like, now, you know, I was like, we're going to shoot the music video at a crib, like, where he's drowning and stuff. Like, and a lot of people to this day say that that's, like, my brother's most powerful record. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and I think it's his most powerful record because not only is he speaking truth, but, like, when you watch the video, it tells a story all the way through.
I'm going to have to rewatch it now.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah.
It's crazy, too, because when you watch that episode, when you watch that video, you see Clouds, my nephew. You see him in a glimpse of it with my brother holding them both. As babies. My older brother. You don't know nothing about him.
I don't know nothing about him. Bigger Frosty.
Yeah, there's a bigger one.
Man, bigger Frosty.
Yeah, he's a different type of Frost.
Snowman.
he's a different type.
Man.
But yeah, man, yeah, it's crazy, bro, and it's crazy like how like small the world is, man. Like Sonny, Yohei, all this, collective.
And so with Sonny, like we got this thing like all the time. Like I got a song called "Cut Ties." He always bring up this one line. I say, "Now I'm in position, just like a physician, to help out my partners. Yeah, I got your back." And so that's what I'm trying to do too, man. I'm trying to help out my partners. So, hey, Sonny, man,
because you're in their position just like a physician, right?
I'm in position just like a physician.
I heard it.
My partners, I got your
that's
back.
What's up.
Got to listen to that "Cut Ties," man.
There we go, then.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, link in, man, real quick. Tell the people where they can find you at. All that stuff.
For sure. Hey, The Homie Blaze, THAHOMIEBLAZE.
Gonna be right down here.
Right there.
I'm on everything, man, except SoundCloud. I don't know. I used to have SoundCloud.
Yeah, we don't
people don't be listening to SoundCloud.
On DSPs.
Do people listen to
SoundCloud's for the kids.
Yeah. So, man, the Spotify, titles, Apple Music,
all DSPs,
Deezer, because other countries
France
be on
stuff,
Deezer, because I be jumping to a lot of countries, so they be on different things. So I should be on all of the platforms, streaming platforms.
There you go.
Amazon and YouTube Music.
Where's the socials, though?
Socials, Facebook, Instagram. I'm even on TikTok. I don't be doing too much But
check for the link in the bio. All the links will be in the bio.
Yeah, for sure.
Check it out.
Yeah, The Homie Blaze. You go to Google and type in The Homie Blaze. All my stuff will pop up.
THA.
THA, yeah. Sometimes it pop in Blaze Your Dead Homie, but I'm not him. I don't know.
But
The
ICP
Homie Blaze, man.
thing.
For positive music, man. I don't be cussing. I be having a message in my music and a lot of inspirational stuff of stories of how I came up in the military and a lot of different other things, though.
There you go.
It's
There
dope
you
music.
have it, man.
Yep.
So once again, last episode, or last. This is the episode of What They Want podcast. Homie Blaze, Snow Nose.
Danny Slab.
Till next time.
Later.
I'ma give them what they want. She gon' give me what I want. I'ma give them what they want.